What's good, YouTube? I'm already done the group. We did the damage early in the market. So thank God that the market was able to be aggressive very, very early on. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna show you what I saw. I caught 190% move to the downside. The reason why I was so bearish is because first of all, we had popped. So if we go to the 5-minute time frame, this candle was pretty much a bull trap. The first 5 minutes was boom. And I like to draw the 5-minute ORBs because I need to know when we break those lows. I need to know like, hey, we're gonna continue down. So that's why I do both. I do the 5-minute ORB, then I do the 15-minute ORB. So we broke below this 5-minute ORB, and I was like, okay, we're starting to come and close this gap right here. This whole little area was like a gap fill. Let me get the drawing tool. This whole little area, I was trying to see if they was gonna come close this gap. And then I had another target using my ATR indicator, which is the ADR indicator, the average true range versus DTR. Over here, I'm gonna turn it on. At first, I'm thinking, all right, we're gonna hit the top ADR, the up ADR right here. But once we reject it, I was like, okay, I think we're gonna try to come and close this gap right here, and then possibly next level coming to the lower ADR, which is this green bar. I had 74.40 puts. All right, 74.40 puts. So I was kind of decent to the money, right? So this goes back to the 5. And I went on calls too as well. I'm gonna show you that as well. But what I was tracking was this line right here. The break of this entry is right here below the 5-minute RB. This kind of right here, I got us in puts. We pushed down, came back up a little bit, break and retest, come back down. All right, so on the 2-minute time frame, you can see it a lot better. So we had this bear flag right here. Right there. Nice. They couldn't quite come back and test it, but this rejection right here, I let me know like this was still holding this downtrend, right? Let's go back to the 5. But this candle right here, see how flat that was? Once you broke the bottom of this candle right here, it was continuation to the downside. Right here, that candle, when we broke the low of that. So yeah, break, retest, fall. And like I said, I was going for this gap fill and the lower ADR. The lower ADR is my main target. So I got out on this candle right here at the bottom of this candle. I got out right here at like 74.07. I was in the money, well in the money, because I had 74.20 puts, because I was like, we should get to lower ADR. Let's turn this orange. So I was like, hey, when this breaks back to the upside, I'm looking for a reverse to go back to the upside. So I was like, I'm going to be looking at the 10-minute time frame, the 15, and the 5. Well, the 5, this was a green candle, so you got to think you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes of selling. 40 minutes of red candles, and then we got the first green right here. So I'm like, okay, I think we want to start the bounce right here. Another thing that I was looking at, we had a filter down on the 15-minute time frame. I got in back in calls because of this candle right here, back to the upside. All right. But I'm looking at it too, because I had multiple time frames pulled up. So I had the 5-minute pulled up, the 10-minute, and the 15. And all I did was just connect these two lows right here on these two candles. Boom, boom, two lows. And I said, as long as you hold this trend line, I want to take it back to the upside and go back to VWAP. I was like, we should go back to the VWAP. We end up getting back to VWAP. Now, I accidentally sold my contracts right halfway. So I ended up taking profits. I think I ended up making like $130 on this, but I was in 74.60 calls. As you can see, we're almost back to that right now because the market's still open. So I was telling them, hey, as long as you're holding this trend line, you're good. But if they break, then they need to probably try to form a bull flag, which is right here. And as you see, they trying to break up out of there. So I was like, they're going to play around in this VWAP area. So They got to break above this, and at some point they can come back up here higher to get back inside this 15-minute range. They just rejected off the 15-minute ORB, but like I said, those contracts end up going over 100% because I still have some people in the class that was still in this move, and they were able to catch this upside move all the way to the VWAP because I literally called the VWAP, and it was the 15-minute gap close to the upside. So let me show you. Let's delete this. So this right here is a 15-minute fair value gap. I had drew a yellow line just like this. Boom. And I was like, we need to come back and close this. We closed it. I said, this is the first target and this is the second target back to the VWAP. And we clearly did that. But use your trend lines. Use your trend lines to see like where we're going next, right? Use your trend lines. When you enter play, like if you're in puts, you know, you good as long as you below this. But as soon as you start to break out, it's over. It's over. They sold off for the first 45 minutes of the market. It was a wrap. And then another thing that I was looking at too, I said, hey, on the ES, they look like they want to come down and touch the lower ADR. And they did just that. So I got out like on this candle, and then it came down and touched the lower ADR and then bounced. So the ES is doing this. Look at this. Trend line. Trend line. All I'm doing is just drawing trend lines when I'm in the play. I'm using the strat to know, okay, when there's a strong reversal. Other than that, that's all I got for today. We were able to catch a very, very nice move in the market. Very, very clean. It feels good to be done really early on the day. So just wanted to show you what I was seeing, how I was able to catch the reversals. But the 15-minute time frame really gave me the confidence to get in this play to go back to the upside, because you had, like I said, you had that first 45 minutes of selling, and then it reversed. And I love the 5-minute time frame. I said, you got downtrend, broke, get out of your puts. I made, like, my contracts went over 200%. So, but I made 190%, right? So this candle let me know, get out. It's over. You got to be satisfied, right? And then all I did was connect these two lows, this candle and this candle. So all I did was connect those lows. I was like, as long as we're above this, I want to take it back to the VWAP, and it hit the VWAP. Other than that, it's your boy D'Angelo Payne, man. Look, if you're looking to join my group, SPX Blueprint, we're eating over there. I'm telling you, it is such a great group. Love my group, SPX Blueprint. If you're looking to join the group, please click the link in the description. I'll see y'all on the next trade. See y'all on the next video. I'm done for the weekend. I'm up out of here, man. See y'all next time. Peace.